Okay, so now let's take a look at the visual display. And what you could do is use the front cover here, and I've taken a little bit of the cocktail sticks box and roughly cut it into a little square, and that allows you just to see the lights shining through like that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, nice and simple. However, common technique used in industrial design and product design are light pipes, and this is basically a little piece of plastic that goes right down to the surface of the PCB mounted LEDs, in other words the light on this circuit board, and it takes the light up through the plastic and brings it to the surface. Now this gives quite a nice effect in that, as you can see, we get a red like that and a green like that. So if we're wanting to have a go at this, I'll be able to work through the next steps showing you how to take a section of this, and basically we want to cut out a little segment like that, and we want to chop it down to the right size to fit that. So although you could use a scalpel or a hacksaw, it might take a little bit of time, and I'd highly recommend using a very fine-toothed, what's called a furniture saw, like this, and it gives a really nice clean cut and gets it out of there pretty quickly. Another good tip as well when you're working with these things is when you are cutting the plastic, to take your knife and cut it quite a few times, and it's quite brittle, which means that if you get your pliers and you put them next to the cut and hold it carefully, quite firmly, and then snap it, it'll come away like that. Now you'll notice there's a bit of a rough edge, and you can either do a combination of finish that with the scalpel, just cutting off some of the swarf like that, or alternatively you could use some coarse sandpaper simply glued to a bit of card or plastic, which just gives you a nice flat surface to work on. However, even better than that is once you've got it down, to also use the back and put some really fine wet and dry paper. And here I have a little bit of water, and you can just dip it in, and that'll really polish it up really nicely. Obviously remember to dry it off before you put it anywhere near the electronics. And I'll work through that now.